They say what you don't know can't hurt you. Well, I'm about to hurt you real bad, because once you see what this car delivers for the money, you'll never look at a Tesla the same way again. Meet the Zeekr 007. It is, without exaggeration, the most disruptive electric sedan the automotive world has ever seen. While we're over here celebrating lane keeping assist, this thing has a golden battery that charges faster than you can pump gas. It does 0 to 60 in 2.84 seconds. It has a drag coefficient that makes a Mercedes EQS look like a brick. We're talking about a cabin so luxurious that it uses the same leather supplier as Bentley. And the price? The price is going to make you physically angry at every car company you've ever given money to. So strap in, shut up, and listen, because what I'm about to show you will fundamentally change how you view the car market. And I promise you, once you see this, there's no going back. Let's start with the face, because this thing looks like it was designed by a team that studied every luxury car on Earth and said, we can do better. This is Zeekr's light of the future design philosophy, and honestly, it looks like a concept car that somehow escaped the auto show and made it to production. Look at these headlights. They're not just lights, they're 144-pixel matrix LED units that create patterns and animations. Most manufacturers give you some basic LED strips and call it innovation. Zeekr gave this car intelligent eyes that can project welcome messages onto the ground and literally communicate with pedestrians. The lighting signatures are razor thin, creating this squinting, predatory look that says, "I'm fast and I know it." And that front fascia, it's completely smooth, almost alien. There's no traditional grille because this car doesn't need one. It just has this minimal sensor array integrated so seamlessly that you can barely tell where the bodywork ends and the tech begins. And see that small bump on the roof? That's not a shark fin antenna, that's a LiDAR sensor dome. We're talking about a 128-beam solid-state LiDAR unit that can map the environment out to 200 meters with centimeter-level accuracy. This car doesn't just see the road, it understands it. It's processing millions of data points per second, predicting traffic patterns, identifying hazards before they become problems. It's not just autonomous ready, it's already smarter than most human drivers. It's not a car, it's an AI on wheels that happens to look like it could star in the next Blade Runner movie. Now walk around to the side with me because this is where the engineers absolutely flexed. You are looking at one of the most aerodynamic production vehicles ever made. The drag coefficient is 0.199 CD. Let me put that in perspective for you. A Tesla Model 3, which Tesla brags about constantly, sits at 0.23. A Porsche Taycan is around 0.22. This car is 13% more slippery than a Model 3. That translates directly into range, efficiency, and high-speed stability. And you can see exactly how they achieved it. Look at these body lines. There isn't a single unnecessary crease or aggressive angle. Everything flows. The roofline sweeps back in this perfect arc, creating a fastback silhouette that hides the fact this is a full-size sedan. The door handles, completely flush. They retract into the body and they pop out with this satisfying mechanical precision when you approach. The side cameras, because yes, this car has cameras instead of side mirrors, are mounted on these tiny aerodynamic stalks that look like fighter jet sensors. And check out these wheels. These are 20-inch low-drag turbine-style wheels that look expensive but are engineered to reduce turbulence around the wheel arches. Usually aero wheels look like cheap plastic covers. These look like they belong on a six-figure supercar. And the size? This thing is 4.86 meters long, which puts it right between a Model 3 and a Model S. But because of that roofline and the way the proportions are balanced, it looks athletic and compact. It looks like a coiled spring ready to explode. It looks like a sprinter in starting position, lean, muscular, ready to dominate. Move to the rear and the aggression just intensifies. The first thing you notice is the width. The haunches are pronounced, giving this planted, ready-to-pounce stance that screams performance. The taillight is a full-width light bar, but it's not just a simple strip. It has this 3D layered effect with crystalline textures that catch light beautifully. When you unlock the car, the light bar performs this sweeping animation that flows from the center outward. It breathes, it greets you. It feels alive in a way most cars don't. But here's the kicker. Look at this integrated spoiler. It's subtle, but it's functional. At high speeds, the aerodynamics create natural downforce without needing a ridiculous wing sticking up. And underneath, there's this aggressive diffuser with vertical fins that manage the airflow exiting from below the car. It doesn't look like a normal sedan from the back. It looks like a GT car that decided to go undercover. Standing here, I can't help but feel frustrated. Why are we in America driving cars that look so bland compared to this? Why does a $60,000 car here look like an appliance while this looks like rolling art? It genuinely feels like we're being left behind. But before we step inside, we need to talk about what makes this thing move, because the numbers are genuinely absurd. Under the sleek skin sits Geely's SEA platform with a dual motor setup. The performance variant pumps out 636 horsepower. Let me say that again, 636 horses in a sedan that costs less than a loaded Camry in some markets. It rockets from 0 to 60 in 2.84 seconds. That's supercar territory. That's faster than a Porsche 911 Carrera. That's McLaren-level acceleration in a 4-door family car. The dual motors provide intelligent all-wheel drive with torque vectoring, meaning the car can adjust power to each wheel in real time to maximize grip and agility. If you enter a corner too aggressively, the system can brake the inside wheels and accelerate the outside ones to pivot you through the turn like you're on rails. It's like cheating physics. And don't worry, all that power doesn't kill the range. This car packs a 100 kilowatt-hour golden battery from Cattle. For context, a Tesla Model 3 long range has 75 to 82 kilowatt-hours depending on the variant. This is significantly larger. The range on the CLTC cycle is rated at 870 kilometers. That's over 540 miles. Even accounting for real-world driving and the more stringent EPA cycle, you're looking at 400 plus miles easily. You could drive from New York City to Washington, D.C. and back without charging. And the charging speed? Buckle up. Thanks to an 800-volt architecture, this car can charge at up to 500 kilowatts peak. That means you can add 300 kilometers, nearly 200 miles, in just 10 minutes. 10 minutes! That's barely enough time to grab a coffee and use the restroom. You plug in, you walk inside, you come back, and you're road trip ready. It's not just fast charging, it's game-changing. But here's where things get truly science fiction. Forget the horsepower, forget the range. The most jaw-dropping feature is the suspension system. It's called CCD Plus air suspension, and it's a hybrid setup that combines electromagnetic dampers with air springs. Traditional suspensions use hydraulic shocks, dumb metal tubes filled with oil that react to bumps. The Zeekr 007 throws that Stone Age tech in the garbage. This system uses cameras and sensors to scan the road ahead, and it adjusts the damping and ride height in real time. We're talking millisecond response times. Hit a pothole? The suspension lifts that wheel before you feel it. Entering a high-speed corner, the system stiffens the dampers and lowers the ride height for maximum stability. The car actively leans into corners to counteract body roll, keeping you perfectly flat. It feels like the road is a suggestion, not a rule. Journalists who've driven it describe the ride quality as magic carpet. You could drive over cobblestones while balancing a champagne glass on the dash and it wouldn't spill. It's not just smooth, it's surreal. Okay, let's open the door and step inside, because if the outside is a fighter jet, the interior is a first-class lounge. The first thing that hits you is the minimalism. There's no button clutter, no overwhelming screens fighting for attention, just clean, flowing surfaces covered in premium materials. You're surrounded by Nappa leather, real aluminum trim, and microfiber suede on the headliner. The build quality is obsessive. Panel gaps are tighter than a German car. There are no squeaks, no rattles, just this vault-like solidity that makes you question what corners other manufacturers are cutting. And the screens, oh man, the screens. The centerpiece is a massive 15.4-inch floating touchscreen that controls everything. The resolution is stunning, the interface is buttery smooth, and the response time is instant. But it doesn't stop there. The driver gets a 13.02-inch digital instrument cluster that's customizable down to the pixel. You
can display navigation, performance metrics, or even a minimalist Zen mode with just speed and battery percentage. And here's the flex. The passenger gets their own dedicated 17-inch entertainment screen. Yes, 17 inches. They can watch Netflix, browse the web, play games, all without distracting the driver. It's like having 3 high-end tablets seamlessly integrated into the dashboard. Let's talk about these seats, because calling them seats feels insulting. These are ergonomic masterpieces. They're sculpted to support your body perfectly with adjustable bolsters, extendable thigh support, and memory foam cushioning. They're heated, ventilated, and they have a massage function with multiple programs, including one that mimics a professional deep tissue massage. The headrests have built-in speakers for the 21-speaker Yamaha sound system, creating a personal sound bubble. When you turn up the music, it doesn't just play, it envelops you. The bass hits you in the chest, the mids are crystal clear, and the highs are crisp without being harsh. And look at the ambient lighting. It's not just a strip along the doors. It's a cascading, programmable light show that wraps around the entire cabin. It changes colors based on your driving mode, the music, or even your mood. You can set it to pulse with the beat of your music. The gear selector isn't a boring stock or knob. It's a crystal-cut glass piece that looks like jewelry. Every switch, every button, every surface feels intentional. There's no cheap plastic, no cost cutting, just quality. Now let's jump into the back seat, because this is a car designed to be driven in. The legroom is ridiculous. I'm 6 feet tall and I have 6 inches of space between my knees and the front seat. I can stretch out completely. I can cross my legs. I can take a nap. And you absolutely can, because the rear seats recline electrically, they're heated, ventilated, and yes, they have their own massage programs. But look at this center console. It extends all the way back, creating 2 individual VIP seats. Inside, a wireless charging pad, USB-C ports, and cup holders with heating and cooling functions. Yes, your drink stays at the perfect temperature. You've got your own climate controls back here on a touchscreen, your own reading lights, your own wireless phone charging. Oh, and the sunroof? It's a massive panoramic glass roof that stretches the entire length of the cabin. But if the sun gets too intense, you can electronically dim it with one touch. It's electrochromic glass that goes from clear to opaque in seconds. The sound insulation is incredible. When you close the door, the outside world vanishes. At highway speeds, you can have a normal conversation without raising your voice. Wind noise? Basically non-existent. Road noise? Filtered out. It's a sensory deprivation chamber on wheels. And practicality? Surprisingly, yes. Despite being a performance sedan, it's still usable. The trunk is huge, 502 liters, which is bigger than a Model 3. You can fit multiple suitcases, golf bags, or a Costco run worth of groceries. There's a frunk too, 71 liters in the front for charging cables or a gym bag. The storage inside is clever. Deep door pockets, a massive center console bin, hidden cubbies everywhere. It's a car you could live with every single day. So we've established that this car is a technological tour de force. We've established that it's faster than most sports cars, more luxurious than many 6-figure sedans, and more advanced than anything you can buy from a traditional automaker. Now we need to talk about the absolute gut punch, the price. In the United States, a Tesla Model 3 Performance starts around $52,000. A BMW i4 Maxed Factory, $68,000. A Porsche Taycan, over $90,000 easily. So how much is this Chinese engineering masterpiece? In China, the Zeekr 007 starts at approximately 229,900 RMB for the base model. Let me convert that for you. That's roughly $32,000. $32,000 for the performance variant with 636 horsepower, 870 kilometers of range, all the screens, the luxury interior, and the magic carpet ride. You're looking at around 289,900 RMB, about $40,000. Let that number marinate in your brain. $40,000 for a car that matches or beats vehicles costing double or triple that price. It's a value proposition so aggressive, it feels like a glitch in the matrix. Even the top spec variant with every option loaded doesn't crack $50,000 in its home market. It's insane. It's almost offensive. And this is where the frustration sets in, because we can't have this car. Due to tariffs, regulatory hurdles, and political tensions, the Zeekr 007 isn't coming to America anytime soon. And if it did, the price would probably skyrocket to $70,000 or more just to navigate import duties. But experiencing it, learning about it, you can't help but feel cheated. We're paying more for less. We're driving cars with inferior tech, cheaper materials, and worse performance while paying a premium for a badge. Meanwhile, in China, they're driving the future for the price of a Honda Accord. The gap is widening, the momentum has shifted, and right now, we're not winning. This car is a statement. It's Zeekr, and by extension, China, saying we don't just compete, we dominate. And the scariest part? They might be absolutely right. So I need to ask you, if the Zeekr 007 was available in the US for $45,000, would you buy it? Would you ditch your Tesla, your BMW, your Audi? Would you trust a brand you've never heard of if it offered you this level of performance, luxury, and value? Or does the badge still matter more? I genuinely want to know, because my logical brain is screaming yes, even if my heart is still attached to the brands I grew up with. This is the new reality, folks. The Zeekr 007 isn't just a car, it's proof that made in China now means made better than everyone else. That's it for today. If you enjoyed watching me have an existential crisis over a $30,000 sedan that shouldn't exist, smash that like button. It genuinely helps. Subscribe if you haven't, because we have even wilder cars coming, including one that can literally drive sideways like a crab. Drop your thoughts on the 007 in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.